Hello and welcome to Montano Productions. My name is Ken Montano and this is BTS Commentary, Volume 1, Ponder, Episode 1, The Long Shot. And this episode's all about how we nailed a 5-minute long shot on the first take with 15 actors in 37-degree weather wearing shorts and t-shirts. All right, let's get into it. All right, so the cast call time was 7 a.m. The crew call time was 6:30, and I see people looking around and they're all like, they're freezing. It was 37 degrees outside, literally one of the coldest days of the year, and everybody's looking at me like, we're here because of you. I'm like, oh man. So Ponder's about a guy named Ray who goes for a long walk in a park after having a very uncomfortable dinner with his longtime girlfriend. She suddenly brings up marriage and having kids and starting a family. It scares Ray and he goes for a walk and he wants to clear his head. And as he's walking, he walks by these women who are walking the other way, and he doesn't approach them, but he does start to have visions of them after he passes them and starts to fantasize what his life would be like if he was with them instead of his girlfriend. And that's basically what the movie's about. And I wanted to do something special for the opening credits of this film. And I had this idea for an opening credits where I wanted to show the audience who Ray was about to walk into. All the characters he's about to run into, who are walking toward him on this path. I just thought that was a fun way to introduce all the main characters in the film through opening credits. But I also wanted it all in one shot. I wanted it all in one take. I always like in Hollywood how they do those long takes. From old Stanley Kubrick films to Birdman to 1917 to Paul Thomas Anderson. I think a lot of directors like to use the long shot in Hollywood because it's the easiest way to engage your audience. The average person pretty much knows how films are made. They take a shot over there, they cut. They take a shot over here, they cut. And then they edit them together to create this world that doesn't exist, right? Well, in the long shot, you have to create that same world in real time, So that's where the fun and the challenge is. It's a challenge, it's fun, and it's very hard. And that's why I wanted to do it for Ponder, because it was going to be fun, it was going to be exciting, and it was going to be hard. I had some experience of doing long takes from previous films that I've made, but Ponder was going to be the real challenge. It was going to be a really long take with 15 actors. So how did we do this? Well, I don't know. Well, obviously you're not going to show up on the day an hour before and just do a little rehearsing. No. I wanted to get the path that we had chosen. I wanted to get it all in muscle memory. So a couple days before the shoot, we went out to the same park at 6:30 at night. It was nighttime. And I took my iPhone and I basically walked the path 3 or 4 times. And I was like, okay, this is possible. I'm going to be able to do this. Well, little did I know, on the day that we were going to shoot a couple days later, it was literally one of the coldest days of the year. This was December 26th on a Saturday at 8:30, 9 a.m. in the morning. And it was very cold. And as you can see, none of the actors are wearing coats. However, they were wearing coats. In this shot, it looks like they're all walking and I just happen to be coming behind them. But in reality, I'm walking backwards and everybody is strategically placed along the path with their coat, waiting for me to get closer to them And then when I got really close, I would tell them, hey, start walking because I'm about to reveal you walking on the path. So it gives the illusion that they've been walking the whole time, when in reality, they've just been standing there waiting for me. So everybody along this path was just standing there wearing coats because it was so cold. I didn't want people to sit there freezing. When it was time for action, they could take the coats off, but problem is, okay, so what do you do with the coats? Well, Scott Ruse, who also did Boom a lot on this film, he was actually behind me rolling a wagon. I have a beach wagon with the big wheels, with those big plastic wheels. He was collecting all the coats. So basically what would happen was he had this wagon and he's rolling behind me. And seconds before I'm about to reveal them on the path, they would take their coats off, hand them to Scott. Scott would put them in the wagon and continue to keep rolling because he had to always be ahead of me. And it was action time. And they're really cold, but they don't show it. So it's pretty cool. Well, this is all one shot. For 5 minutes, I'm literally walking backwards with my gimbal, with my camera. And I had rehearsed it 3 times. I rehearsed it without my camera. I just did the walkthrough, walking backwards. My safety coordinator, Bernie Gorman, was basically right behind me the whole time, walking behind me, just give me direction, move this way, coming up on a turn, even though I did this path at least 3 or 4 times with the iPhone, I pretty much knew it, she was still a good help. So the first group of people that Ray passes by on this walk of his are going to be the imperfect father and the imperfect daughter, played by Isabella Morales and Ahmed. Okay, so that's going to be the sequence closer to what you're going to see in the final film. Obviously, I have to add the credits. But that's pretty close to what you're going to see in the final film. That speed ramping effect. Now we're going to take a look at the raw footage. Here is basically the first time I'm doing it with my camera. The whole thing. And the craziest thing is that we actually got the shot. And we're going. And so here we go. And I got Scott behind me rolling the beach wagon. He's collecting all the coats right before the actors are going to be revealed. I got Bernie behind me as a safety coordinator. She's basically making sure I don't fall into a hole or something or run into anybody, or we don't know if there's going to be a crazy bicyclist guy coming, so we just have to make sure. Safety always. The actors are walking towards me, so now I have to pull away. Our second group here is the adulteress and her possessive boyfriend, played by Sadezia Alsina and Angelo. And we're also at the mercy of, just people who were there at the park. And that's Larry Elevasky there playing a very curious, thinks that obviously he likes the adulteress, thinks she's hot, and would like to take a picture of her, but the possessive boyfriend doesn't want him to do that. And he's possessive. The athletic woman, played by my fiance, Elena Thrasher, and Dennis Mallon is playing the athletic man. Keep in mind that it is 37 degrees out when we shot this, so look at Elena and look at Dennis. Do they look cold to you? No. Constant professionals. I don't know how. Look at them. They're pumped. It's 37 degrees outside. He's like, yeah, woohoo, yeah. You gotta hand it to these actors. Here I am on this was a tricky path here because it's a little zigzaggy, and then our fourth girl here is called The Wrong Choice. She's basically a social media influencer played by Anna Oswald. And that can is actually my friend CJ actually made that logo, which is it's a fake energy drink that's within the film. She's on some kind of Instagram live, right? Here we go. Here we have the rocker being played by Emily Missoura. The cigarette that Emily Missoura is smoking, it's not a real cigarette. I would never have actors make smoke real cigarettes if they are, especially if they're not a smoker. So we did our research and we realized in Hollywood what they use is herbal cigarettes. So we found this company online called Honey Rose London, and they make herbal cigarettes. That's how we did that shot, and she was smoking an herbal cigarette.
Keep walking.
And then he's gonna meet the businesswoman, played by Amy Hammond. You learn a lot when you try to make a film, because there's the vision you have for the film, and then there's the film that you actually end up making. And you're trying to get those visions to match as close as possible. For all the cinematographers out there, I'm using my Canon 5D Mark IV with my L Series 17 to 40mm lens on my RS2 gimbal.
Keep walking.
And he's gonna run into the fantasy girl here, played by Crystal Hanley.
Almost there. I want to go faster.
You hear me? I'm like, I'm almost there. Tracking shots are great, but the hardest thing about tracking shots is keeping focus on the things that you want in focus. Because it's a tracking shot, you're always moving, so there's always something new coming into frame. So whenever I revealed a new character, I had to focus on that character.
Woo! Woo!
As you can see here, I'm pretty excited. So I was very excited because I knew that we had nailed it. Not only did we attempt this crazy 5-minute long shot, but we did it on the first take. I mean, the victory here was just like palpable. I mean, everybody could feel it. I'm the only one that knew that we got it. So everybody was going off of my energy, and as you can hear me, I'm pretty excited. Woohoo! Yeah. And so once everybody saw that I was excited, that just like it was contagious, and everybody who was part of it, it just kind of trickled down, because you have to remember all the other actors were still, quite a bit far away. So not everybody knew what was going on, but they could hear me going woohoo, crazy. So it was a palpable moment, and I just have to thank my cast and crew. They did a great job, and yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you everybody that was involved, the cast and crew. Thank you. We did it. We did this crazy shot on the first take. The film gods were on our side, If it wasn't for all the actors hitting all their marks, for Scott Ruse rolling the wagon, collecting the coats behind me, if it wasn't for Bernie Gorman helping me with direction, giving the actors directions like slow down or speed up, what have you. I mean, Bernie, thank you so much. And I would say Bernie and Scott Ruse deserve the MVPs. I couldn't have done it without them, so thank you. So I'd just like to thank everybody involved. Thank you, cast, crew, amazing job. Elena, my fiance, was the assistant director on Ponder, and she did a lot of organization for this day. You know, she created the call sheets. She organized everything, and she made everything very easy. And thanks, babe. Good job. Again, thank you, everybody. We really accomplished something special that day, and I really wanted to, it was documented. I want to document it again. All right, so that's it. That's the end of the first episode of BTS Commentary. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to be releasing these every month. And for the next few months, it's going to be on the film Ponder. It's going to be all volume 1, which is all Ponder. I really enjoyed making this. It was a lot of fun looking at this footage and dissecting it and going over what we did and how we did it. I'm looking forward to doing it again on the next BTS Commentary. So stay tuned for more Ponder. All right, so I really hope you enjoyed this first episode of BTS Commentary. It was a lot of fun. This is all new to me. I'm enjoying it. Excited to do more episodes. And what else do I have to say except... Oh, yeah. Subscribe and share. Please. See you soon.